You don't need the new Garmin Fenix 9 when it comes out. You don't need the new Apple Watch 12 or whatever it will be. You don't need the new Apple Watch Ultra 4, the new phone, the new camera, the new next bit of gizmo. You don't need it. But I understand the difference between want and need is very small. There's a bit of one-handed driving going on there. That was very challenging. Probably shouldn't be doing this. Driving a manual, driving Amy's car, which is a manual stick shift, and it's been a minute since I've driven one of these. All right, but let me explain for a minute. So your current choice, your phone, your watch, your camera, definitely cameras at the minute, hot talking point, I'm going to come back to that. Your choice of the moment is way more capable than you are, or certainly than I am. But I don't mean that in that you're not capable, because you absolutely are. I just mean in that the equipment we're using can do so much more than we need it to in our normal everyday lives. Now, this is something weird's happening with my YouTube home screen, and I don't know if this is linked to previous video. If you haven't seen this, my previous video I'm talking about, and several videos before that as well, I've been talking about, for fitness, nutrition, streamlining the process, simplifying the process, removing points of friction so that we can just go train, go exercise, go get the work done, stop fiddling with settings, stop pushing buttons, stop worrying about metrics and tracking, and whether your smartwatch is tracking your heart rate correctly, and whether you should be wearing a chest strap because you're going for a walk around the block. Do you know what I mean? Another video. But yeah, stuff's got so complicated and technical that we're just getting lost in the detail and not getting the work done. So I was talking about how in my own training, I'm now not using my Apple Watch in the way it was designed, in that I'm not tracking and recording workouts like I used to do. If I go for a walk, I just go for a walk. If I'm doing a strength training session, I just do my strength training session. If I'm doing a CrossFit Metcon or CrossFit, if I go to a CrossFit class, something like that, I don't worry about which workout preset I've got my watch set on, and it's not going to track my workout properly. I just do the work. I've even stopped wearing my watch overnight to track my sleep, because I've never found a correlation between what the watch has told me and how I'm feeling. I don't know if that's just me. So I filmed that video, I don't know, I'd have to check the dates, maybe 6 weeks ago, and I've kept bouncing it back on the schedule because I'm a bit of a planner organizer in that type of respect. I like to have things pre-done, pre-loaded and scheduled, ready to go, and I sometimes move those dates around. But yeah, I made that video about 6 weeks ago or something like that. And in between then and as of right now, recording this, I need to change gear. I'm driving a stick shift car. I'm doing dad duties. My youngest daughter lives with Zoe and I. She's off at a festival, doing exactly the sort of things that she should be doing, which is enjoying her life. She earns good money, she works hard, she's off enjoying herself. So I'm giving her car a run. She only works local to where we live, and being 21 years old, a little bit lazy. She could walk to work, but she doesn't. She drives, and her very nice little car, it just doesn't get the driving that it needs to get. So dad duties, putting some miles on it this morning. Anybody else relate to that? Take your children's car out because they drive somewhere that they could walk in a similar amount of time because of traffic, or is that just me? Anyway, I'm sidetracked. Made a video about simplifying the process, removing friction points, stopping tracking, not using all of the toys, if you like, because it was holding me back. Since then, making that video, posting that video, it's now Maybe you've seen it if you haven't. I've now seen 3 videos from 3 creators I follow where they're talking about how they're bored of all the gear, 2 of which specifically camera gear. I'm gonna have to put you down. There's a roundabout coming up. This thing's quite nippy for a little car. She's done well with this. Just boot off the roundabout. Not speeding, obviously. Being a good boy. Especially as you're posting this on YouTube. So camera gear's got way too complicated. Not complicated, but there's too much of it out there. Spoiled for choice. We've got absolute options paralysis. New action camera this, new gimbal camera that, new mirrorless camera doobry. And don't get me wrong, I absolutely would. I'd love the new Sony A7 IV, and I'm fortunate enough that I could go and buy it. But I've not. I've held off because I'm only just figuring out how to use my A6700, and that thing can do so much more than I'm capable of. But you get what I mean here. These people were talking about how they're so fed up of constantly talking about the next camera, or the next phone, or the next smartwatch, the next whatever it is, that they're just deciding they don't want to. They're not going to make those style of videos anymore, and I understand that. I definitely understand that. Right, back home, dad duty's done. Oh no, we got one more to do. In classic daughter fashion, she said to me before she left, she checked her tyre pressures, they're all fine. Could I reset the pressure sensor, because she can't remember how to do it. Talking of tech, now I've got to figure out how to do it. After much screen scrolling, I have found it. There you go, Amy. Tyre pressure's saved. Right then, we need to finish this off. Coffee. Let's go to the beach. Right, good to go then. Coffee in hand. Just looking at the state of the kitchen counter. Let me give you an example about overdoing the tech and why we don't need so much. Sony A6700 next to the Creator Combo kit from Insta360 for the Luna. But plus my iPhone was there. Why do most of us need multiple different cameras to just do the same thing? We need to dial this back a bit. We definitely need to dial this back a little bit. Beach. The tide is out. The English Channel in all its glory. It is nice down here. I find it calming when I'm at the beach. Doesn't matter what beach I'm at. Beach or mountains does the same thing to me. Snowboarding, skiing in the mountains, or just being in the mountains. Or being at the beach. It's ace. I didn't bring the proper tripod, or I didn't bring a decent tripod, trying to balance you on the pebbles. That's been a challenge. So multiple creators are all talking about the similar thing. They're bored of making camera videos. They're overloaded with it. They don't want to do it. They're bored of talking about specs, and they're fed up of chasing the next thing. Which was interesting because it's all about simplifying the process. and using the things that you actually need. There's no notes for this video, there's no script for this video, which is why I'm going off on a bit of a ramble. Normally I would do something like that. This is just me getting my thoughts out. What I thought was interesting was I've made a video about stripping things back for myself in the gym with my training, not using my watch as much. Nice strap, by the way, I think you'll agree. I'll come to that in a second. So I made a video about stripping things back. Hadn't published it. It was scheduled. By the time you see this, it's up there now. And then I start seeing videos from big creators talking about how they don't want to do camera reviews anymore. I see video from a medium-sized creator who had bought the latest pocket gimbal camera and then just took it back. It didn't even look like, to be fair, it didn't even look like it had been opened out of the box. And then I get a comment on a video that I made at the beginning of the year, and it said, I'll put it up so you can see this, but he said, I took a screenshot of it because I thought this was really good. He said, great video, totally disagree, but that's because I don't want a too smart watch. Had an Apple Watch Ultra and it thrashed my concentration. I absolutely resonate with that. Options paralysis. There's too much to choose from when it's getting in the way. Now I'm 100% guilty of chasing things. What's going to be a new trend? How can I build the views on this? How can I get more of you to watch these videos all the way through so that I earn more money from ad revenue and that kind of stuff? And I kept seeing things about how you need the right views, which has got me thinking, because as a direct result of making YouTube videos, my business, my company, has started to grow. Separate video. I'm going to call that one Building the Brand, because we're trying some different things you may be interested in hearing and following the journey. And if you are, subscribe and you're going to see those. They won't be all the time. They'll be ad hoc as it happens. But trying to find or chase tech videos or tech that's coming out, like my Apple Watch Ultra 3, I've made many videos on it. There's no way Apple's going to send me an Ultra 4. I mean, if you want to, Apple, that'd be great. But I'm not going to go and drop best part of £1,000 on one of those or a Phoenix 9 unless there's some very big, compelling reason to do so. What I am going to do, fitness and nutrition is my absolute passion. It's what I do for a living. So I'm going to make videos about fitness and nutrition, because when I do, as much as the views are very low, the right people see them, and I've worked and am working with people as a direct result of those videos, so I know they help. I love tech. I'm going to continue making videos about tech and gizmos, consumer tech and gizmos, real world usage and application of those. And who doesn't love going on holiday and travelling? So I'm going to continue making videos, Zoe and I and friends that we go with, going travelling, and I'm going to try and blend those three things together as often as I can. So you might see a watch video, but it'll be me travelling with it and how we stay fit, healthy and active. It might be a fitness video and how we build fitness around a travel day, or it could be a travel video about how we use our tech and our fitness to help enjoy that video, if that makes sense. So 3 pillars: fitness, nutrition, tech and travel. And the 4th one is the building the brand, but I'm going to leave that for a separate video because this one's probably already too long. I need to go home and I work for myself. It's a Sunday, so I'm going to go to work. Thanks for listening to the waffle. Appreciate it. Any thoughts, let me know below. As ever, stay active. I'll see you in the next one.